Loki's ultimate failure against Thanos in Avengers. Infinity War is bound to happen again against Kang the Conqueror and his variants in Avengers 5. Loki could not stop Thanos in Avengers. Infinity War, and now the original Avengers villain is set to fail again against Kang ahead of Avengers. The Kang Dynasty. After dying in Avengers, Infinity War's opening sequence, Loki was brought back to the MCU thanks to Avengers. In game's time, now technically a variant of the Loki seen from the Avengers to Infinity War, he is once again on a path of redemption. Meeting multiple Loki variants, including Sylvie, changed Loki in a lot of ways. However, while this Loki is no longer a villain, despite not having experienced most of the original Loki's MCU timeline, his decisions may have helped doom the multiverse. Helping Sylvie get to He Who Remains unleashed a multiverse of madness, with Kang and the Council of Kangs now rising as threats. Quantumania reveals Loki is tracking Kang. Though Kang the Conqueror's actual MCU debut only happened in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania Jonathan Majors' multiple character journey began in Loki's Season 1 final as He Who Remains. By incorporating He Who Remains as a Kang variant and revealing that the time-traveling Avengers villain was behind the TV, Loki Season 1 created a strong link between its titular character and the MCU's multiverse saga. Loki, who experienced the power and the dangers of the TVA and later learned the truth about its creator, is now one of the few MCU main characters who know of the Kang threat. This was confirmed during Quantumania's second post-credits scene. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania's second ending credit scene suggests that Loki and Mobius are tracking down Kang at different points in time. The TV duo was watching a presentation of Victor Timely, who in the comics is the actual Kang, the Conqueror hiding in the early 20th century. Loki was quite scared of seeing Victor Timely, all but confirming that at least Loki and Mobius are aware of Kang the Conqueror's history. Whether Loki and Mobius already know that Conquerors already know that Conqueror was exiled to the quantum realm and presumably killed by Ant-Man and the Wasp is difficult to say. Loki cannot succeed against Kang ahead of Avengers 5. Loki and Mobius's Kang investigation might help the Avengers face the Council of Kang's multiverse threat, yet Loki simply cannot succeed against Kang and his variants ahead of Avengers 5. Though there is much Loki can learn from Kang's multiverse history by meeting the villain at different points in time, the God of Mischief is bound to fail against the Conqueror and his variants, as Kang's story has to continue through Avengers 5. What the Avengers will face in Avengers. The Kang Dynasty, now that the main Kang is presumably dead, is a mystery, although the Council of Kangs appears to be the real threat. Therefore, even if Loki and Mobius have some sort of win against Kang the Conqueror or any other Kang, they will still not be able to save the multiverse right away. That should only happen in Avengers, Secret Wars. For there to be any conflict in the Kang Dynasty, Loki has to fail in Phase 5. This creates a similar scenario to Avengers, Infinity War, in which Loki tried to stop Thanos before it all began, but failed. Loki met Thanos before the Avengers, which is also similar to the current Loki and Kang storyline. Interestingly, Loki might once again be the bridge between the Avengers and the new villain. Will Loki die in the Kang Dynasty? If Loki cannot stop Kang the Conqueror or the Council of Kangs before Marvel's Phase 6, then there is the possibility Loki dies in Avengers. The Kang Dynasty. Kang has killed Avengers before, including Thor, but the villain has yet to kill an important character on screen, and Loki is now on Kang's way. That said, Loki dying in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty would make it way too similar to Avengers. Infinity War, in which Loki's death at the hand of Thanos kicked off the events of the film. After learning so much about Kang and the multiverse, Loki deserves to fight side by side with the Avengers. Having Loki as one of the heroes in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty would bring something new to the MCU, even though Loki has gone through at least 2 different redemption arcs in his complicated MCU Timolini. While Loki has fought side by side with Thor in Thor, Ragnarok and was ready to sacrifice himself for his brother in Infinity War, the character has yet to fight alongside the Avengers. As the first Avengers villain, Loki helping the Avengers fight Kang the Conqueror and the Council of Kangs would be ironic, even more so as the MCU's current. Loki fought the Avengers relatively recently from his perspective.